Well, the Biden administration has hoped that everything from the mainstream media talking heads to the Department of Justice would deter Americans from voting for their opponent, Donald J. Trump, the 45th president of the United States. But polls and American Voices show that President Biden's track record over these last 4 years speak for itself, and it is convincing Americans that another 4 years would be the worst case scenario for this country. In the latest Rasmussen poll, Trump has an 8-point lead over President Joe Biden, 49-41. Trump is winning or tied in all the swing states as well. Even Hollywood star Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is willing to speak out on this. Listen to this.
Am I happy with the state of America right now? Well, that answer is no. Do I believe we're going to get better? I believe in that. I'm an optimistic guy, and I believe we can get better. The endorsement that I made years ago with Biden was one I thought was the best decision for me at that time. And I thought back then, when we talk about, hey, I'm in this position where I have some influence, and it's my job then. I felt like that then. It's my job now to exercise my influence and share with this is who I'm going to endorse. Am I going to do that again this year? That answer is no.
Yeah. Join me live to discuss this, attorney CEO of American Frontier Strategy and Trump Campaign Surrogate, Mehek Cooke. Mehek, nice to see you here today. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Steve.
You know, I'm looking at something here, and I want you to weigh in on this, because at this day in history for Donald Trump, he was at 47.5% approval. Barack Obama was at 48. George W. Bush about the same, 48.5. Joe Biden, 40%. He's not just the lowest rated president ever at this point in his presidency. He's lower by 7 points. I mean, it's not even close. He is the most unpopular president maybe since Andrew Johnson. I mean, this guy is a disaster on every front. Where am I wrong?
You're not. You've nailed it. Joe Biden is the weakest president in my lifetime. And I think many Americans would agree today. When you have Hollywood slowly starting to abandon you, you know you have a problem. Just look at what The Rock said. He's one of the biggest celebrities. He is admired. He's a huge influencer. And he is added to the long list of people that are being burned by Joe Biden. There's so many rocks across America today. You see mothers, fathers, family members that truly have to make the same decision The Rock is making. We cannot have 4 more years of Joe Biden. His economy is devastating. The immigration crisis is devastating. And you're reflecting that now, poll after poll. Biden is losing his base because he is weak and he's putting America last.
Yeah, I spoke to a woman that I've known for a long time today. She is a far-left liberal Jewish woman. She says, I've never voted for a Republican in my life. She goes, I absolutely will not vote for Joe Biden. Other people in our very left of center Jewish circle will never vote for Joe Biden. I said, who are you going to vote for? I said, we're voting for Donald Trump. I found that to be stunning. These are people living in New York, in California, in New Jersey. The Jewish vote is gone, and I don't think that they're doing very well with the Arab or Muslim vote either. Democrats trying to have it both ways are losing all the way around, aren't they?
They are, and part of it is because Biden has not delivered on his promises. He's lost the majority of his base. Biden's base used to be the Hispanic vote. They're with President Trump. It used to be the black vote. Guess what? They're with President Trump, because what Biden has done is he has treated the American people like second-class citizens. He has allowed illegal immigrants to run rampant in our state, to run rampant in our country. He is giving handouts, airplane flights, food stamps, every single penny of taxpayer dollars, and he's treating illegal immigrants better. His soft on crime policies are killing Americans. He's tried to defund the police over and over again. And now a mother who's trying to buy groceries or baby formula is paying 18% more. It is unacceptable. We cannot live like this any longer. And we know we were better off under President Trump's economy. We were secure, we were safe, and we knew we could wake up every single day and be rocks for our family and provide for them.
Yeah, and this is not going to get any better for Joe Biden, because even if they try to do something, there's a movement afoot right now on the other side of the Mexican border, where Mexican police officers and military people have moved in over the last 72 hours to clean a bunch of people out of there, trying to clean up the optics. It's too late. You have somewhere now, the official number, according to a congressman I spoke to earlier today, $13.5 million, or 13.5 million people, on the bottom end of the people that have come in just 3.5 years. I mean, the numbers are overwhelming. Meanwhile, I want to ask you about one other thing. The New York Attorney General's office now requiring, get this, the underwriter for Trump's $175 million civil bond to prove the financial soundness of the bond. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
I haven't, but I'm just going to speculate again. This is going to be a fundraising campaign for Letitia James. She's going to try and discredit Trump. I mean, this is ludicrous. She should be focused on the crime in New York City. I was just there recently, and I am watching people at subways that are being carted, at subways that are being, the people are going through their purses and making sure that they're not carrying weapons. You know where the criminals are? They're on the streets. We're not securing our borders. Mayor Adams needs to work harder in New York. Biden needs to work harder to protect our border. And Letitia James needs to enforce the law today. This is totally despicable. It's a weaponization of our legal system, and American people are seeing it. And President Trump's poll numbers continue to rise. This is exactly why Biden is weak.
You know, and I want to say one more thing. There are 7 swing states, they tell us, but I believe that North Carolina and Georgia are not swing states anymore. I don't believe it anymore. The state that you sit in, Ohio, was a swing state at one time. It hasn't been a swing state in a while. Neither has Iowa. I think this country is becoming more and more red in key places like that. I'll give you the last word. Am I on the right track?
You're 100% right. We're becoming more and more red today because, again, it's not hard to compare President Trump's 4 years of success in our economy on the foreign stage and our border versus Joe Biden. He's a weak president, and we are all suffering under his policies. The America Last policies will not work. We need to restore and save America, and the only way to do that is to vote for President Trump.
I greatly appreciate you being here. I do. It's going to be a tough race. You know that the Democrats will do anything, but we're going to go ahead and hang on to this country if you don't mind. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Greatly appreciate it. We'll get back to the news after a quick break from one of our great sponsors. A message from My Patriot Supply. Something's up, right? I mean, you just heard me and Mehek talking about something big, something suspicious. You can't quite pinpoint it all the time, but you can't deny it either. All you have to do is trust your gut and look around. And then prepare with My Patriot Supply. Since 2008, My Patriot Supply has helped millions of American families prepare for the uncertain future. Many of them choose 3-month emergency food kits. With 22 foods and drink varieties, there'll be no food boredom, thankfully. Over 2,000 calories a day, there'll be no starvation either. And sealed inside ultra-durable 4-layer packaging, these ready-hour meals last up to, get this, 25 years in storage. You got to be ready. Stock up on all the food kits that your family needs at my website, preparewithrav.com. You'll get each kit for $200 off. Protect yourself, protect your people, protect America. Get your kits at preparewithrav.com. They'll ship fast and free. It's a plan. Don't hope is not a plan. My Patriot Supply is.